Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. At this time, we'll take a look at the 1998 Honda Civic Type R. This is the final Civic to go around our course, and of course we have left the best till last, and the 98 Type R. Interestingly enough, we had the 97 Civic Type R go around a long time ago. That ran on natural aspiration tuning, and it is currently the second slowest EK Civic we've had, completely being overshadowed by the turbocharged SIRs. So the Type R is now back with a turbo kit. Can this improve on that, and can this become the quickest of the EKs? I hope so, although I think it might be unlikely. Currently the quickest is the Mugen Civic Type R. That sits with a 29.781, I believe. Obviously one of my favourite cars of all time, the EK9 Civic Type R, my favourite hot hatch of all time for certain. I love this thing, I love everything about it, the way it looks, the way the engine performs, just all of it is perfect. Absolute perfection for me. Unfortunately, in terms of the race mod, that is not perfection, that is lazy. This is just a yellow car with some grey bits, and it says Civic Type R on the side. A little bit of a disappointment that we have to run it at all. I will say, slight shout out to the Type R badge on this side of it. That at least goes over the wheel arch, so that's cool. But yeah, mind you, I suppose it wouldn't be a Honda without it either having one of the best race mods or one of the worst. Anyways, let's go ahead and get it on track. Front engine, front wheel drive, 341 horsepower, 937 kilos. Very lightweight vehicle. A little bit worried about the sort of wayward handling these can have on this. And it does sound not great, as, to be fair, probably the only issue I really have with the EK9 IRL is also the fact that Hondas, yeah, they don't particularly sound great, ever. Anyways, to find out how quick the Civic Type R 98 is, it is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order, so the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak version that cost at a time of 25.696. This one is unlikely to beat that. The naturally aspirated Type R, I believe, set a time of a 30.759. That was down around about 90 horsepower to this one, so definitely a case of turbo tuning being the way, as it very often is. Actually, I can't really think of too many cars at all where I would recommend the NA tuning over the turbo tuning. A 30.211 straight away brings it directly on par with the Civic SIRs that we've seen go around. I think they're all sort of 30.2 place. No SIR has got into the under 30. The only under 30 Civic is the Mugen Civic Type R, so definitely one to note. Looks like this may be going that way as well. 29.900 is an under 30 club Civic, which is good. What more can come out of it though? That is the question. On this lap, probably not a lot, because we ruined that. It actually handles quite nicely. I'm actually quite impressed with how much the rear end will sort of rip around on this. It is very good in that regard. At 30.001, that would have been a tragic time to set. Fortunately, I don't think we've had any car set that time. We've had, I think the closest is the Xantia, which was a 30.010. Nothing's come that heartbreakingly close to entering the under 30 club and not do it. Yeah, really good handling car. I will say, it does feel... Wow, okay. Okay. Yeah, not gonna quite have the... I was hoping this would quite have the traction to do that, but it did what it was supposed to do. 29.665. That's not the quickest front wheel drive car we've had. I think it might be the second quickest. The Alfa Romeo 156 still leading the roost on that, but incredible time from the Type R Civic, a world away from my NA Civic Type R we had as well. monstrous is the expression I would use to describe the lap time on that one. Within 0.090 of the quickest front-wheel drive car we've had, and that had significantly more power than this did. Sector 2 on that lap was apparently so much quicker than any other Sector 2 I did, so I don't quite believe that. Yeah, I mean, if I had pulled that off, I would have been mighty impressed, but I'm not going to look too far into that, just with sort of how that was my slowest Sector 1, and it was my quickest Sector 2, which leads me to believe, I can't remember it, but I must have taken a really wide line out of the Sector 1 and into the Sector 2 for that, so we won't look too far into that. Anyways, a 29.665 will place this into 178th place. Goes in between the Roof BTR2 and the Lancia Delta S4 rally car. It is quicker than a Calsonic Skyline, admittedly one that ran ages ago. Quicker than the TRD Chaser, Nissan Skyline GTR, Viper GTSR, the Type R RX-7, Nissan Sunny GTI-R. It is 0.13 up on the Mugen Civic Type R, which was the second quickest front-wheel drive car. So now Civics are second and third, of course, again losing out to the Alfa Romeo 156. I'm talking about road cars, by the way. Obviously, race cars, there's the Celica Wed Sports and the FTO and stuff like that. But obviously, sort of talking about road cars, that is absolutely remarkable, and I'm very happy to see that. It's also worth mentioning this is 0.2 quicker than an Integra. So while I did think the Integras were going to have the boost over these, the Integras are lighter and more powerful. The Civic's just better handling, and so as a result of that, it wins. No questions need to be asked further than that. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be looking at something completely different. Until then, farewell.